The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
If you're stressed, use this. If you're really stressed, use these. No.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Thank you, Richards. He's one hell of a man. Thank you, Richard.
You're all individuals! Yes, we're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the Fair Use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, move. This morning I learned that Spider-Man has a winter jacket that's made entirely of a Mediterranean flatbread. It's called a Peter Parka. Peter Parka.
tracking continues.
Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody. We did it again. Friday night already. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that chat. They seem to come faster and faster. But God did say time would speed up in these times. But we're all here. We're on the right side of the grass. So pat yourselves on the back. We did it again. Whoop, whoop. We are here and ready to have some great times. So before I get started here, the first thing I need to do, where is it at here? I got to turn on this camera so you can all see me.
Clickety click.
There it is. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. And I saw my good friend Ellis in the chat sent me this. I love it. My lifeguard walks on water. So it's very true.
That's very true.
Okay. So without further ado, well, just to let you know, my thumbnail has changed a few times. And Jen couldn't be here with us tonight. So I didn't want to have one of those like bait and switch clickbait things. She got a hold of me and said,
Something suddenly came up.
so, you know, how do you argue with that? And so even though
Something suddenly came up.
I still have my partner in all of these shows that we do all the way
From France.
Where's the shampoo?
and he's right here, right next to me. Good to see you, Shepu.
Hi, CFM. Nice to be here. Yeah.
Very nice to be here because I'm like getting ready and I'm ready to like hit start and I happen to check the messages and he's like, are you ever going to send me a link? So it almost was just me.
Almost, because all day I didn't feel well at all. I just slept. Like I went this morning, went out into a walk in the woods to really recenter my energy, I guess. But I still had my headache, and I slept all day. Woke up with the headache again, and then I tried your salt thing.
A
lot of time, and it didn't work.
It's not doing it. Okay.
No.
All right.
So
well, it has helped, and I know for certain. I mean, again, wait, I should put this on because we're on YouTube. We're not just talking privately. I know for certain, like, I used to have stomach issues where I had to take one of those Tums and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I learned just like a little handful or a baking soda, you can put it in water, and that cures that for me every time. But I'm an experiment, talk to your doctors. And then the salt thing, it's like pickle juice. It's really good for leg cramps. But then I've also had issues where or relief from a headache. So that's why I mentioned that. But and I'm certain now that we've mentioned that you had a headache, the chat will have 1,000 different remedies for you. So you can
probably. I went out and got me some Oreos. So
people don't even know what that is anymore. Isn't that hilarious? But yeah, not the cookie. So anyways, yes. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. Like I said,
and Jinx.
And Jinx, yeah, of course.
She's just sitting on my lap right now. Do you want to? Yeah. Like,
hi, Jinx. My Sarah's down there sleeping. She might make an appearance. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But so yeah, as the room's filling in, we got 75 here, and then we've got more people. We're live streaming on Rockfish. There's a few people over there, including Waterstar. Hi, and over on Rumble, Dennis and Kay Maloney, and that's who I see talking. But there's several people over there, and it's hard. It's hard because the main chat is always going to seem to be at YouTube. So, and that also stifles what we can and can't talk about. But I keep threatening one of these days I will go just an exclusive show over there, so maybe we can talk about other things. But it's really right now, it's been really busy here with just life and my kids and grandkids and that kind of stuff. So to get on this show once a week is tough. So I'll get there, Rumble people. Hang in there for me. And anybody that isn't sub to me in Rumble, please go do that. And so All right, let's get rid of this.
Yeah, I'm sub to you, but I rarely go on Rumble.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mainly like having it as an alternate in case everything crashes on this.
Yeah.
So.
They used to upload the YouTube video, but now they can't. I guess they have a problem with YouTube,
and I can't like I can set up a show for this. I use StreamYard. I can set up a show for Rockfin and for YouTube. No problem. I can do it days, week before whatever I want. Rumble, you have to do it within 24 hours. And so it's kind of
okay.
I have to always remember, like today, wake up and put a Rumble show up because for some reason, there's a lot of weirdness with that. So it's none of these companies are ever going to make it as easy and effortless as YouTube. And for those of us that like to cast it on their TV, like very few of them really do that. And if they do, they don't do it as well. So.
No, because on Rumble, I think their maximum resolution is like 480, and if you got a big screen TV, it's gonna be really pixely. Yeah.
So, but hey, that's how it works. So, let's see. And I haven't seen Melanie yet, so she's definitely gonna be late.
Yeah, Joe Shield from Boston. Yeah, Odyssey is really good to upload. They really upload like in less than an hour after you post something on YouTube. If you have your Odyssey a link, it is gonna be there automatically. So,
and it's weird that it's so easy with them because they do that with mine too. I forgot that I linked it, and every once in a while they give me an email say it happened, But when you go over there, like there's very few people.
No, there's nobody. Yeah.
It's like it's a vacuum of space where there's videos.
So, but it's a good place to back up. And even if I remove a video from YouTube, they still have it there. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Where's my guy? I should have hit the thing. Well, I'll give it. Where is he? I can't find him. The moment's lost. How about these guys?
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now we don't even remember what you were saying. Well, so listen. So there's been all kinds of discussions on YouTube of things in the sky and things going on in the world, and very few channels go over how it's all connected, in my mind, to the Bible and our existence. And so that's why I thought, well, we'll explain how the world works and let everyone know what we feel. Because remember, these are, no matter who's been on YouTube, it doesn't matter how long they've been around or how many subs they have. At the end of the day,
there are no experts.
Because there aren't. There aren't. None of
They're
the
only self-proclaimed experts.
Exactly. Because they got a telescope or a nice camera, and then they suddenly an expert on what's going on up there. They haven't been up there. They haven't talked to God. They don't, So
Yeah, talking about this morning, it happened again. And it's happened so much time. I went in the woods with my camera, and I saw many like maybe 15, 16 deers. So I was going all the way, taking pictures, and I went to go back to my bike afterwards, and I look into my bag. I lost my my camera lens cap. You know what it is, like the cap you put on top to protect your lens.
Right.
And I searched for like 10, 15 minutes, all the places I went. I said, oh my God, I can't find it. So the last resort, I said, please God, help me find it. Turn around, was right there. Every time.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. And what's really funny is, and when I first started reading the Bible, it drove me crazy, the stories of the children of Israel. Like they'd see all these amazing wonders and then they'd forget them. And I'm like, man, if I was ever in that situation, I would know well, like you, things happen. And the last thing I think to do is pray on it. When, Jesus basically said, hey, pray on it and then try to see, right? Like you did, you tried all your ways. None of them worked.
Yeah.
So you asked for help, but he's like, all right, done, just check it behind you.
It's crazy.
And I'm shocked because as many little things like that happen to me, I forget to do that first. Sometimes I forget until I'm completely frustrated, and they go, "Oh, like the Homer Simpson smack."
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, oh, I will have to order one from Amazon again. Oh no, wait, please. And it's incredible.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So that's the something, the main focus of my show is that I want to make sure people realize the whole reason we're on screen, at least for myself, is to let people know there's more to this existence than what you were told. And you're not an insignificant speck of dust flying through space. You're special and is equal special to each and every one of us. So it's pretty wild. And so we're going to get into a bunch of different talking. Did you bring, hopefully, or if you can find amongst your mountain of folders, the seismatic thing you were showing the other night with the balls and the when the sound waves hit that thing on the little square, that kind of thing?
No, but I can't find it.
All right. But you know what I'm talking about, right? You looked at me like I have no idea what he's saying. It's the way my wife looks at me a lot.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't have time to really, like I said, I slept all day because of that headache, and when I woke up, the only thing I had to do was to just push it away with something else.
But you know what? That is a really good thing, is to get away from electronics and go outside. And for people that don't do that a lot, take your shoes off, because every single pair of shoes that you own, including your slippers or whatever, almost 100% of them all have a rubber sole, like, the Beatles talk about. And what does rubber do? It disconnects you from power, from energy. And so standing on the earth that you live on, it really does help regenerate you. And so make sure you kick your shoes off. And if you're in the city and you only see cement, find some dirt somewhere, man.
Yeah, it has been like maybe 5 days that I didn't go out because it was raining and really cold here. So that today was the first day I got outside, like to get some fresh air. So I thought it could help, but for me, I think I had like maybe a minor tooth infection. That's why I had this headache, probably.
And again, we're not a medical show, but I will say there's something to when I had an issue, and before I could go in to see a dentist about it, I did this thing. It's called an oil pull, and I took coconut oil and I would swish it in my mouth for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I guess, once a day, or sometimes more. And if you do that, make sure you spit it into the trash or something. You start spitting that into your sink, and you're going to have a whole mess of problems with that, because the oil congeals and clogs everything. But that definitely, for myself, again, check with your medical professional. This is just for comedy purposes. That really relieved my issue before I was able to go see someone about it. So it's pretty wild. All of these things that we were taught, or I should say our parents were taught by their parents, and these old stories on how to cure people before there was all the pharmacies. Pretty wild that they really do their best to squash that information to the point where we really can't even talk about it, because there was a channel, that's all he did. It's farming channel, and he got taken for medical misinformation because he was going over the properties of some certain plants and stuff, and their medicinal properties, which you can find in these books and so forth. You just can't go into it on this platform, I guess. So that's why I say everything I'm mentioning, it's for experimental purposes only. I'm an experiment. These are things that work for me. They might not work for you. And I hate that I have to do that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are we?
Melanie is here.
Oh, finally.
Hi, Shawnee.
Where's let's see. So then if Melanie's late, then someone else has to be in charge of tardiness.
I don't feel tardy.
Right.
I think Johnny was on it.
Johnny's on it. Of course he is. Of course he is. So thank you, Johnny. All right. I don't have a thank you, Johnny, but I have a here we are.
And so here we are.
That's in case Jen's watching from her.
Yeah, I think I saw her like earlier.
Oh, is she? Okay. Yeah. If you didn't see it earlier, Jen, I told everyone that you said
Something suddenly came up.
What an episode that was. Oh my God. They're iconic, these things. Everybody knows them.
Everyone!
It's everyone.
I'm sorry. What was it? The Partridge Family or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that one was good too, but the Brady was still the
Oh,
best.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't know? That's right. You're from France. Okay. And for people that don't know, if you're new to me, I accidentally move people around the world. So some people are now in Australia that used to be in Detroit or something. And I don't know. I'm all over the place. But hey, we're just here to have fun and hopefully learn things along the way. And hopefully the jokes hit. And if they don't work for you,
I don't care.
that's enough of the drops. Let's see. Let me start the show. We'll get into some screen shares and we'll go from there. Oh, and I made some videos. So we've got some new videos for everyone to
nice.
Right? One of them, I'll tell you what, one of them I put up already. You can find on my channel. And I called it the Cow Whisperer. I don't know if you checked that one out, Shepu.
I see it pass, but I didn't have time to look at it.
Well,
yet.
Guess what? You're in luck. We're
Nice.
gonna put it on right here. Here we go. Here, I'll put, where's my little intro thing? Let's see. Here it is.
A ceiling fan man world premiere video.
Although it's already been out there, but it's being premiered here. So let's see. Where'd he go? Where'd she go? There we go. Here we go.
Previously on The Cow Whisperer.
Hello. It's okay.
Satellite tracking continues.
Oh my
God. Things that make me laugh. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what's happening, but I think it wasn't okay.
Yeah, right. And it's funny because I did post that before the show, and someone asked if they said they can't wait for the second episode, and I said, sadly, I don't think there will be one. Oh shoot!
No, it's still on the loose. The cow's still on the.
Oh yeah, it ran her over, and it's kept on going. Nothing stopped that thing. The things are huge. They're huge. So let's see. What does this say?
She didn't have nothing in her hand. Maybe she had an apple or something.
No.
I remember when I was younger, than at my great grandparents' place. They had an orchard in the backyard and some cows, and I was always going there giving them apples. That they just love these apples.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're right. She didn't have an apple. She was just putting her hand out like super.
Exactly. No cow. No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, the chat seemed to enjoy it, so there's nothing else. But I like repeats.
Previously on The Cow Whisperer.
Hello. It's okay.
It's fantastic. Oh, and then I'm trying my best to answer any, please don't forget to write me. I have email ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com. And if you have questions, so forth. Someone wrote in the comments, I did a show. I don't know if you saw the other night, JT that follows JC. He invited me on his show last minute because I don't know, because he was lonely. No. And so I went over there and we were discussing the Moonlander and comparing it to the scene in Star Wars, where they introduced it to the Millennial Falcon. And they're like, oh, that piece of junk, whatever. And someone made a comment that I should make a video of that. And so I did. So here you are, whoever you are. This is what you asked for.
What a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've made a lot of special modifications myself.
Satellite tracking continues.
Nice
Right?
one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my version. I'll put that out too. I'm doing my best to throw a bunch of videos and stuff out, give the people more.
It's good to come up with these things, It's,
Yeah, well, as we're finding that most people that as they predicted, very short attention spans, and so I got to shorten the videos. Not everyone watches.
I know. I started like doing these shorts on my new channel, and I get like 500 views on on them. It's like I never had 500 views on anything.
That's fantastic, and not to like to boast or anything. I've never had a quote viral video. I've got one video on my channel that is one of my old Mandela effects about there was never an episode of Timmy Fell Down the Well, and that's got like tens of thousands of views. That's my highest one. But I did a short. I've only done a few now, and I cut up this video I found and added music and sound effects and stuff, and it has 10,000 views.
Wow,
That's like crazy. It's the cat fight one. So yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
wild.
those shorts. I think, like you said, people are just short.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess,
if you're here
because
live, what's that?
It's easy to listen to, so you can listen to it like 3-4 times, the same clip. So
Right, and then it's also not a big commitment, because if you're live 2-3 hours, that's fine. But when you're scrolling, all right, what should I watch? And it says, oh, it went for 3 hours. Unless the content like this is incredibly interesting and funny, you're not going to click on it. And I know I have people that won't watch, a long stream. So I'll make a little TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. I think mine. I got one. My biggest one video that I have, like, it's 14,000 views.
Wow.
I only one. That the rest it's nothing. I can't believe that. Why? But
hang on a second. I don't know why that just did that. Sorry, I'm having technical issues. So let me pull that up. I gotta see which one that one is. And then Melanie, hopefully you're there putting his link in the chat. Videos most popular. Oh, it's the mountains are melted buildings.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's just pictures, and I guess it's the first one. I made like 10 of them, but the first one got 14,000, and the rest is like not even close.
Well, it's just like I'm slowly creeping up to almost 4,000 subscribers. I'm definitely not there yet, but I'm making my way there slowly after 7 years or whatever this has been.
Yeah, 2 years ago, you see.
So. So he's here's his video. Mountains are melted buildings. And this gentleman, I've said it many times, he has lost more photos than we have ever seen. The file folders that he has is just endless of this evidence.
Exactly.
I'm actually going to go watch this one sometime. I don't remember watching this, so I apologize. This looks great.
Well, you can watch any of them. It's like just pictures and music.
Yeah, but I want to watch the popular one. Look at that. Shoot. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah. So definitely check that out, everyone. And then while we're on that subject, let's see. I spend my mornings whenever this gentleman's on air. His channel is 007.
Yeah.
And spelled double and then the OH and a 7. And he's not on camera anymore, but he plays music, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna, for copyright reasons, but he plays all kinds of songs, anything from, like, I don't know, I've heard him from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, Melanie's favorite, REM. He plays.
I like it set up. He's got all these sounding set up so he can play with the music, but without the song, and it's incredible.
Yeah, and he plays the guitar and sings.
Yep.
And man, it's so enjoyable. And so if you haven't checked him out, it's a fun channel. In the chat like this one, everyone's nice in there. Everyone's there just to have a good time.
Yep.
So I just wanted to make sure that he got the proper shout out because I do enjoy listening. And for me, he's on in the mornings, and so I can have coffee and chill out to some nice tunes. So check him out, and then if you find that you enjoy it, tip the guy over there a few dollars or so.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was live today because usually you see him play, but on the video today it was just as I don't know. I don't think it is
No, the last couple of days he's had that. I
okay.
don't know why. Some of the other people in the chat might know, but for the last few days he's
I missed a couple then.
And then I'm not sure what I'm saying. What are you saying, Gabby? I don't understand. I saw something in the chat there.
Yeah, I just wish I could remember all the song that he can play because I learn songs, and if I don't play it the next day, I forget about it. So.
And then I made this and put it out. It's on my channel. It's just my intro with the what do you call it? The video that I shot. And then when it goes to the joke, it's just Trump and him dancing, and there's no joke in it. But some people were asking for it, and so because it's a song by Track Tribe, but when you go and look at theirs, it's just music, and some people wanted a visual, so here we are. Okay, let's see. We'll stop that. So I think I covered those two things pretty well there. Where should we start? We'll go back into here. So I'm not sure. I'm very sure, never sure about anything. I'm sure about very little. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? I'm going to.
Yeah, reading. I think GC is doing a show right now.
Oh, is he? Oh, he did tell me that there was going to be a conflict, but it was very sweet of him. It was nice of him to call and tell me that. It happens, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't own YouTube. I only own Friday night. Oh, yeah, whatever. But what's funny about this? Well, not just that. When I started doing this, it was because there was no one on Friday night. That was the whole point. My wife said, "Hey, it was like in the height of the shenanigans going on. We're all supposed to stay at home." And so she's like, "Hey, everyone's at home, so why don't you do that?" And so I did. And then everyone's like, "Oh, what made you think you have Friday nights?" I'm just here. That's it. That's how it ended up that way. There was no conspiracy, at least not on that. And here we are.
And so here we are.
How many do you have of them? Now you have
I have
this one and camera.
I had the original one, this one.
And so here we are.
And Jen hated that one so much. Then I put up the Milani one, and then of course, how do we say it? Come along.
I won't say it because I won't say it good. Right?
Probably a spell saying her name, and so that's why I made the new one. So I might have to find one with I don't know who it was, Trump or somebody saying it, but I have plenty of those. I wasn't going to get into the politics part of the show yet, but we could start there because I don't know how you avoid it. That's all that's going on is these damn conventions and stuff. And just so anybody knows, I completely believe now both sides work together. I don't believe either side is here to save us. Yes, I understand. Throughout the Bible, we asked for kings and we asked for government. It's all written in there. God's like, you don't need it. And we said, we want it. And he said, fine, you'll have it for eternity. So we're stuck with it. And if you don't believe me, read the book. It's in there. And so now we have some are good kings and some are bad, good cop, bad cop. And depending if you're red team or blue team, you like the that's your good cop and the other one's a bad cop. And so there's a lot of people even that thought that Trump was now, chosen by God. Well, how about this? God uses everything, good and bad, for his purposes to lead us to where we need to go. So what might seem bad to you or whatever, that's part of his plan. And it's really difficult for people that haven't taken the time to either read the Bible or make that connection with God and know what I'm talking about. And I'm not special. I took the time to do it. It doesn't take long. And so what I find is that he says that no one's going to save you but God. You have to just do that. And so I think they both work together, obviously. And to prove that, I'm not just picking on the one side. This is what happened about a couple weeks ago was this.
Meanwhile, you can read the card.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore.
Wait, what?
For 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore.
Wait, what?
My beautiful Christians, I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
Wait, what?
I'm a Christian.
Say what?
I'm a Christian.
Satellite tracking continues.
So you got that. I mean, I was specifically asking someone send me things about Trump talking since he's been shot and saved by God that he found God. And instead he goes there and he says that. And some people say he's saying, wait, is he saying I am? No, he's shaking his head no. And even AI, when I had them put on the words, it's obvious. It says not. He's not. He did the opposite what I asked him to do. And then when you haul out on the RNC, you get them having that lady doing that weird prayer to some other god. I don't know who it was. It's just a lot of weirdness going around. So no, they work for the same team, and I don't think they're working, for my team anyway. So, but that one, it's so easy. The guy they had in here now, I want to say before, he's still in there now. People just dismiss Biden as president at this point. But I'm sure going to miss him. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to have anything altered or whatever. You just play him, and he's funny. I had a little clip here and there, but you just play him. And
Meanwhile, you can read the card.
Quote, women are not without not allowed.
What did he just say?
They're not without electoral.
What did he just say?
Or political power. No kidding.
What did he just say?
Satellite tracking continues.
And I never know half of what he's saying. It's probably 2/3, 3/4. I don't know. It's like they've had some presidents before or vice presidents where they try to act like they're completely stupid, whatever their character is. But man, they're really making this guy out to just not even put sentences together. It's insane.
Yeah. No, why they do the same thing here, with the previous one we had and the one we have now.
Do you still have the guy with the eyebrows? Isn't that your guy, or is that the old guy, Trudeau or whatever?
Yeah, it's still him. Yeah, yes. But we don't see him much lately because I don't know.
Did you ever see that crazy video where his eyebrows fell off and they were like hanging down on his head? Did you?
No.
Yeah, and it wasn't doctored. At least I don't think so. It's like, let me see if I can find it. It's insane. Then, of course, this happened at the DNC. The Obamas were there.
Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or none of the above, this is our time.
Okay, wait, that was a joke.
Oh my God,
she's here.
She looks way better like this.
Yeah, let's see.
Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or none of the above, this is our time.
Yes.
Yeah, I would vote for him.
Now, don't gender. You could be wrong there. So.
I
don't think you can use those words anymore. Him, her, not allowed. It's over.
So I don't use the word vote. So I can't say him or vote. So.
Right? We don't know. So okay. Okay, what's going on here? The chat seems to be enjoying my new jokes. Okay, good. Okay, well, let's go back to where we were. Let's clear some of these tabs. Clickety click. We'll go here. And we'll go here. Which this one, I've had similar thoughts to this, but not this one. This is really funny because a lot of people seem to be into mushrooms. I'm not, but can't stop thinking about people who first ate mushrooms through trial and error. This one tastes like meat. This one killed Kevin instantly, and this one made me see God for 3 weeks. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I thought of this like a couple of days ago. Who? But I know what they say. These shamans, that try plants and stuff.
Yeah.
Told them, to try it, but what they say is that the plant told them. That's what they say. These shamans, the plant told me that it was the. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we have the benefit of all those years of, I guess, people dying to tell us which are the good ones and which are the bad ones. Another thing apparently you can do in nature is if animals or bugs will eat it, then there's a better chance. But I still shoot mushrooms. You pick the wrong one, and it is curtains. My wife actually, when she was a nurse, saw that firsthand, and there was nothing they could do for the guy.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not the mushroom; it's the reaction that kills you, because you get like these cramps and your body just shuts down. But if you had something to heal you, I guess you could. But I don't know. Don't know why God would put some things that could kill us. But
well, then you have to ask the question. Has it been modified? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. But there's other animals out there that can kill us.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to use our discernment. But it would be interesting. How did that first?
Yeah, but mostly snakes.
Yeah, right. Unless you're in Australia, where everything's there to kill you, apparently. So, good eye, my Australian friends. Let's see. Other than Red Storm, I know the Red Storm's out there. Okay, so let's see. So, because that was the thing, not necessarily even the mushroom thing. You know what I said? Who was the first guy that said they're going to drink cow milk?
Yeah,
that's a weird thing to just like say, I'm going to drink that milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very odd, just like the first guy in American football that slapped the other guy on the butt, and other than a satanic ritual, like how did that start? It went from high fives to that, just kind of weird. Weird thoughts I think about, so I mean, how about this one, the worst one? So you have milk. Oh man, that's gone bad, you need to throw it out. No, wait a minute, let's see what happens. That's how you get cheese, right? But who was the first person like, no, I want to keep this around and see what happens. Right? I don't know, maybe
I know. That's great.
Okay, enough talk about that. Okay, let's see. How about this? I thought maybe this, I didn't know because it's a girl thing, I guess, at the playground. But I showed it to someone very close to me that's here, and she wasn't familiar with do you know how to use these properly? Have you ever seen these at a playground when you were a kid?
Yeah, maybe.
I would climb them, but I really wasn't into this thing anyways. It wasn't that fun. Look this is how you're supposed to use it.
I was today years old when I found out that that's how you're supposed to play on that thing. Like, what?
Okay.
Spin? I've always climbed up it.
Isn't that wild? Yeah. See, we learn things on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue.
No, we didn't have these type of things in our schools.
Oh, you didn't?
We had like only the big metal ball, like you could walk on it and hang from it, and maybe the big wooden stuff.
A big metal ball.
The tire, the tire that was just hanging out down.
Yeah, we had the tire. What's the metal ball?
It's just like a big ball, like a dome, like a big dome that you can crawl in. And
we didn't have that over here in America. Huh.
And we had like a metal slide, and they removed it because of me.
Because of you? What'd you do?
Yes, because there was at the end like a bit of metal like sticking out, and everybody was sliding down it, no problem. And one day I slid down, and it cut my ankle like up to my leg. That metal thing. And they removed the slide, so nobody had the slide anymore.
Oh my God, that's horrific.
That's crazy.
Jeez, we had the metal slides, but the thing is like you could really get a serious burn off of those things. Because if you didn't check it, which, the first time you didn't check it, you learn the heat of that would be scalding. And by the time you went down it, you were on it. There was nothing you could
No, you didn't.
You were committed once you went down that thing. But man, you guys had like a razor blade at the bottom. That's nuts.
Yes. Like it was like two metal plates like connecting, and I think one was like just up, really up, and
God, I don't even like to hear that. That's where's what do I have to cleanse that thought? Man, where'd he go? Oh, I can't find him. I was gonna play it just for Jen in case she was here. This. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Dang.
Yeah.
And that's the joke they say about, like, I mean, I'm a little older than you, I know, but still, it kind of that same generation where we're the ones that survived. You know what I mean? Because they did some weird shit. I mean, not that they don't nowadays, but
no, they don't let like children do what we could do or alone, like we did. We could go anywhere without parents. From a young age, so
there was no cell phones,
no.
and the parents basically just said, "Go outside and come back when it's dark," and they had no idea where we were, and neither did we, right? So, yeah.
Fun fact is that my mom could always find me wherever I was.
Really?
It's like
you're chipping your neck,
hanging somewhere, and she comes by. Like I was like really far from my home, and how did you find me? I know where you hang. Well, I'd never come here.
Maybe she chipped you and you didn't know it.
Yeah.
I saw that in what was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? But they put up his nose, I think, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, Total Recall.
Total Recall. That was it. Yes, thank you. The answer was Total Recall for those of you playing at home. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back into where we were. Clickety click. Go here and here and here. All right. So we covered that corkscrew thing and the metal slide. I thank you for sharing that story, but I'm gonna have nightmares now. That jeez, that's terrible.
Yeah, it did cut me like bad. It just.
No, I'm picturing something right out of like what's that? The movie where never mind.
Just enough so they could take it down. They didn't even repair it. They just took it down.
Get rid of the evidence before your parents sue.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Okay, I thought this was great. This guy, they were coming out of a concert or something, I guess, whatever the event was. And so his friend gets out of the truck because he does something. He has a safety vest. Oh, it's a football game. And so he puts on a safety vest. So his friend's trucking. Everyone thinks that he's working for the event. Because we're good order followers, right? It's proof that you put on the right outfit, the white coat, the yellow vest, whatever. And so she's gonna like yell at him, "I knew you were lying." Well, still, you went ahead and listened, so it's pretty wild. Right? We're at that perfect stage. We're right for
just the yellow vest, and you're the authority.
Right? White coat, yellow vest. We get it. It's all about the uniform. That's all it is. And this one, of course, if Jen's still in the chat, the Bengals with my new eyes. I mean, come on. Walk like Egyptian. That's the Bengals. Do you know this group? I don't know if you knew this.
I know the song, but I didn't know the Bengals. But yeah.
That's what they look like, Jen, if you're listening. Someone check the feet. I don't know. Do I even need
You will know them by their feet.
But it's weird eyes to see. Like, there's no way I would have seen that. I didn't until just someone like, "Hey, by the way, we should revisit the Bengals." And I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah, in that time, all the mans and the women were just looking exactly the same.
Yeah, the 80s with the hair bands and all that. Yeah, right. What is? I can't see what your name's. It's Rabbit Dojo. Is that what it said? Did I say it right? Yeah, they were hot in the 80s, weren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is AI changing the old photos? I mean, come on. It really doesn't look the same as I remember in my head. They do not look the same to me. So.
Yeah, Red Storm. I used to go to the store buy my mom cigarettes.
Yeah, right. We could do that. You could go there and buy smokes. I didn't do that, but you could. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Things you can't do. But there we go. The Bengals. And I was like everything else researching something, and suddenly I heard about this: the Great Fire of London. Have you heard of this, Shepu?
Yes.
And so, and of course, guess when it happened? It happened Sunday, the 2nd of September. So there's your 9/11 coding, right? And it happened in the year of 1666.
Yes. Yes.
Of course it did. I wouldn't have it any other way on the Great Fire of London, right?
Yeah.
And what we're finding is part of the narrative to erase the real history is to destroy these old buildings and just say everything went on fire. And you can find these massive fires all over the plane, the world, wherever you want to say we live, that destroyed these monolithic buildings made of brick and mortar and stone.
Yes.
With the ones that stand today, that's how amazingly built these were. But yet somehow there was a fire that no one really, it's always a cow kicked over a lantern or a monkey through a fire thing or whatever, or some cigarette or whatever. In history, they make this weird narrative that everything just bursts into flames. It's kind of like every movie, like from the I don't know, what is the 70s and on, where if a car goes over the side of a mountain and it just explodes like it's full of nitroglycerin. Right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So
I think that they have to make this narrative because they supposedly have only oil lamp lighting at that time, or candles, or really, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, all right. So where are we at here? Let me make sure I got everything going here. Okay. So so I came across that this crazy fire that, hey, when I see these things, it's just, to me, like we've talked about, God's wrath, and they're trying to explain it away. And so they just say this happened. Oh, and here's King Charles II. Huh. All right. And what's he holding there? Look at that. He's got
the ball, the cross.
Yeah. Some kind of energy, or Monty Python, it's a holy grail, but either way.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like the scepter with it. Usually they have the scepter with it.
Yeah. And is that a very subtle as above, so below kind of?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. All right. I don't know how we got off on this. That's how you end up in these rabbit holes. What is this? Yeah. See, fire hooks used to fight a fire. I don't know what the hook does.
I don't know what a hook is.
Well, the hook's right here. What's it doing?
I don't know.
They ripped down the wall? I mean, what's it for?
Maybe.
I don't understand. These guys are pouring water. This guy looks like he's hanging this poor dude. He's just like, well, they're distracted by the fire. I'll just straight up murder this guy. Oh, wait. Okay, this maybe is a woman, and that's monstrous thing is her baby being lowered.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But my question, if she's really that tall, she's like a giant, couldn't she just...
Yeah, this guy, you could have just taken him from the window,
They're 3 stories tall, this person. This is so they even had bad artists back in those days, I guess. Because these are the things they'd have in our history books, right? To prove history, we'd have all these stupid drawings.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense. Like this guy walking away with what, a loaf of bread and a Rubik's Cube? What is that? I don't understand what's happening here.
No, you can have like a city drawn with the perfect proportion and everything, but now they put people and it's all weird.
They don't know what to do. Yeah, because this person definitely could reach there. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
You're talking about this ball and the scepter. I've read like, I found a book that they explain how it works. They say that this ball is to gather the energy and the scepter is to direct it where you want it.
Oh, like Harry Potter wand, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So, we can't know because nobody can ever like hold these in their hands anymore,
Right.
So we don't even know what they do. But I've read it in an old book of symbols and stuff.
Huh. All right. Well, these are great pictures now. What's left? So this is the burnt area by Sunday. All right. Anyway, who's this guy? Samuel Pepe? What's he got?
Music notes. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Good eye, Shepu. Okay. I'm falling down this weird rabbit hole of this fire, but look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah. Incredible. I mean, to think that must have been so intense. If you're anywhere close to that, it's like an entire city burning down.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think that's all. These are like some of the, and yeah, here's the monument to the Great Fire that stands near the rebuilt London Bridge. So they expect us to, in 1677, they built this thing right in the middle of the street. That's the best place for it. Well, we'll just send the traffic around the corner. And then look, I bet if we were able to get up to the top of this thing. I mean, it looks very Statue of Liberty torchish, you know what I mean? And then
you probably can get up from the bottom with the stairs inside of it.
Yeah. And then you've got, the gold and then probably the free energy thing. So this definitely, to me, had something to do with free energy. It's kind of like I was talking to JT and he talked about this tower they want to build where they're going to get free energy. And it looks very similar to this idea here. So, there's no new thing. It's all repeats. But,
they knew that the how the heater works back then.
Right. So, all right. So that's enough of this London fire. I thought this was interesting.
Distort your perception of time. The cowboy era and the Victorian era took place at the same time.
And we've talked about that. This is around the time they're building these monstrous buildings. And so depending on where you're living, you're living these monstrous buildings just like this, or you're living out on the ranch just like that and shooting each other because they looked at you funny. I mean, none of the narratives make any sense.
None.
Like who is building the buildings? Which group, because they're all over the world. So
yeah, exactly. None of them, they're too busy. So the one are busy shooting each other, and the other one are just busy like fornicating with each other.
Yeah, and then dressing like this in such fancy dress, and then making buildings with no bathrooms, so they stick their asses out the window. Like we're supposed to believe that narrative.
They're so into this thing, and that they got this they all had like syphilis and stuff like this. They had to wear wigs and what the
right. Yeah, they had that, and what was it, that creepy cred thing that everyone died of in Moulin Rouge, whatever that thing was called. What was that thing that she dies of? Spoiler alert. Anyways, there's a name for it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
I think they have the same thing they said Mozart died of it. I can't think of the word, but maybe someone will chat. There was some kind of like, thank you, consumption. That's what they called it. Consumption, what's your function? What else does that guy have to say?
Machu Picchu and the Sistine Chapel were built just 33 years apart.
What about that?
What?
33 years apart, of course. They always have to throw the tags in there, right? To let
Yeah.
you know who's in charge. So, yeah. 33 years apart, Machu Picchu, if I say that right, and then Sistine Chapel. What else?
Abraham Lincoln and the samurai era took place at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they don't do this in the history books. They keep it all separate to confuse you. But when you put it together like this and you look at the timelines, again, it's not mixing.
No, exactly. I just wrote on Facebook to my friend of Japan. He posted a post, and all the buildings that was in Japan that are still in Japan are European looking. And hard to believe that they discovered Japan like in the 1600 and 1700. It's like, what's the story there? And when they got there, these guys were with swords and stuff, but the other guys would have guns. And but they supposedly found out like the black powder from China, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we're fighting Civil War, and they're still like hacking swords around. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
There were still woolly mammoths roaming the earth when the Great Pyramids were under construction.
How about that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love it. Okay, what's next? And if you notice, like you had it on your show or Jen's, you had that old picture. If you could find that one, it had not just 3 pyramids, or now I think I see 6 on the new versions.
Yeah, I just showed it
like
on the last
40.
show.
Yeah, it had like 40 pyramids, endless it seemed, and then 2 or 3 sphinxes. So
I got it.
And you can say, okay, it's not a photo, but it's a drawing by an artist. Now, it could have been that crappy artist we just showed, but it looks more realistic. And these map makers, why would you hire a map maker that would put lands in wrong places, or split California to an island, or put monsters into certain areas that repeat depending on the map maker? They're in the same places. Like, was it all a big joke amongst map makers, or were they all high on mushrooms? Why would they do that? So there's always another option. And the other option I say is they were drawing what they saw. So
yes,
the way I see it. All right. What else is on this one?
Cleopatra was alive closer in time to us today than she was to the pyramids' construction.
That's pretty wild. When they do that, that's always weird. You're closer to this than you were to that kind of thing. So,
yeah, I don't know where they get these stories. They say that they read it from papyrus or parchments or on the wall. It's crazy.
When they translate it, and you just have to take that guy's word for it, right?
Oh, that thing, CFM. That the only thing that they translated was from the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah,
and that Rosetta Stone, it's really sus to me because that's the only way they could. And anyway, if you look into it, then you'll just soon find out that there's something weird with that story.
Well, here's another trippy thing. Like, I really didn't even know much about the Rosetta Stone, and then that one trip, my wife and I are blessed to go to a trip where we actually got to go to England, and we went to the museum there, and amongst the things there was a moai, of course. And
Juan is here.
Was Juan Truth here? Yep. The moai was in the London Museum. They made their way in there too, and they had the Rosetta Stone, and so that's kind of where I was really reading up on it. I'd heard about it, but it just never really clicked. So yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah, there's like three language, like Hebrew, Egyptian, and English. What? Really?
Yeah, right?
Come on.
Or how about, what is that weird thing, the Voynich manuscripts or whatever, and they still don't even understand like the language and stuff?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Some weird stuff there. That Voynich.
I'd look it up, and the drawings and stuff in that it looks from another world,
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh, you've got a visitor. Hang on, I have a visitor.
Oh.
Let me we'll get back to this video in a second. She's rare nowadays. All right, get over here. Ugh.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, look, it's Sarah. Oh, what is that? You have something to say? Oh,
With her mean eyes.
Our soap.
she's selling soap.
She's selling soap. She needs soap. All right. She's more camera shy than Jinx is. Oh, I didn't want to say her name. Shoot, but there you go.
Oh, she's
Hi,
not
Sarah.
around.
Say hi. Get them all. Does that go here? Get them all, Sarah. All right, sweetheart. Thank you. There she goes. She's out of here. But coincidentally, she did mention that was pretty funny, Jeannie. She handed her with a card. Because I forgot. My wife sells soap. Here's her website. I'm sure Melanie will throw it in the chat. And it's the best soap you ever had. You get 2 bars of 5 ounces handmade soap. This one has a clay infusion that's from the clay that's out here in the Pacific Northwest, glacier clay. And then also she wanted me to tell everyone that she's having this special through the end of autumn, whatever that means, but next few months, I think. And you can get 3 soaps, 1 body bar, 1 shampoo, and 1 glacier. And you save, what is it? Like $3 or $5, something like that.
That's nice.
But then they can get a sample too. So anyways, and she always puts in there some things on how to use them and recipes on rinsing and so forth. What is it? I didn't hear you. I can't hear you. Sorry. I'm doing the ad wrong. But anyways, you check it out. She's really proud. This is all she has so far, but she built this whole store and makes all the soap. And I'm just in charge of shipping and advertising, which I need to get better at. So
yeah, I would order some, but I don't really use any products anymore. I just use water, and
I would send it to you, but every time, time I tried to send you something, it cost me a fortune in postage because when I sent something to Shepu and I didn't it asked me what was in it, and I threw some toys in there, and I just wrote toys, and I lost all the postage. And they kicked it back, and customs wrote I had to say exactly what kind of toys, like Army Man or whatever the hell it was, So I had to do it twice. So yeah, that country over there is just.
I have things to send you that I didn't do it yet, but I will soon. I have a book and other stuff.
Oh, that's
to send you.
We'll get you some soap. We'll figure it out some way. Because we need you clean, man.
No, I don't smell. It's I use maybe when I go to work like all day or something. Maybe I will use a bit of soap, but not much because my skin gets really dry fast.
She has soap just for that. Do you hear what he's saying? Dry skin, she can set you up for that.
Oh,
and according to Trish, it's good to keep your ass clean. I don't
Oh,
know why we went there, but okay. Yeah. So
no, anyway, I don't know why it's like this with me. I rarely smell or anything, or my skin it's just.
So we heard it here first. His shit don't stink.
That's very true.
I don't know. But I found the picture of these pyramids if you want me to show it.
Oh, you found that thing? Okay, let me bring it up.
Because I changed it from the place that it was before. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Let's see. Can we make that any larger? There, let's see.
There.
Hang on, I can do this. There.
Yeah.
Look at that. So there's at least 2, and that one's a big-breasted sphinx.
Yeah.
And then there's part of one you can see sticking out over there.
Yeah, and you can see all these pyramids have no what they call capstone.
Right.
You see? There's no top to these.
Interesting.
And also what is interesting is the buildings.
Look at that. The whole city's built up. And that's how it is now if you look from that view.
Yeah, but they are looking like European or not like the building that they built there now today.
No,
with the flat tops and stuff. They all have spires and pointed roofs.
Boom, baby.
It does.
Yeah.
Pyramids of Egypt.
And again, look, who are these guys? They are bigger than the camels. You know.
Holy cow. Yeah, interesting. It's like, did that guy just lose perspective right there, or were they the three guys?
Yeah, exactly. You lose the perspective. Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
So really interesting when you take a look at these old etchings
Yeah,
that
right.
they gave us. Here it is. We know 1,000 years before the birth of Christ. It's
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Let's see.
And if you want to see it, it's an engraving for the Geographical Dictionary. I don't know which book it came from, but anyway.
Sorry, I clicked on it before you did. All right. Cool. All right, let's see. Where were we? We were doing that video. Let's finish that thing up and see what's going on.
No, I did. I live juice. I don't use shampoo anymore. I used to really lose my hair. You can see that since I don't use anymore, my hair grew back like it's crazy.
Well, that's the thing that we'll get you some stuff if you feel like using it, because it's all natural stuff, where that other stuff always has some weird chemicals in it.
Yeah.
So I don't use shampoo.
Where's the shampoo?
So, okay. Let's just get back in the video here.
There you go.
So the city of London was 1,500 years older than Genghis Khan.
London is 1,500 years older than Genghis Khan.
What?
Yeah, wait, I was just letting that one sink in.
The Ottoman Empire.
Let me go back. Picture go back.
The Ottoman Empire was still around on.
That's wild. So this was, excuse me, this was built before this guy conquered.
Yeah.
On horses and all that stuff. Okay. Yeah, that tracks, right? Half of the world is still like in Lord of the Rings style horse fights. And the rest of them were building this.
Yeah, because they would say that it was Roman Londonium before, and it was all red bricks built by the Romans. But Genghis Khan conquered it's so crazy, those stories.
Yeah, because
now Genghis Khan is Tartaria.
Yeah, which is something that appeared in my timeline. They didn't talk about that in school at all, the Tartarian Empire, and suddenly it's there. And it took over, the whole world at one point, it seemed.
Yeah, and also the weirdest thing of this Tartaria is that the capital is Gog, and the city next to it is Magog. So it's it's crazy.
And don't forget Tartary or something. Tartar is a place in shale, like near hell or whatever. So make no mistake that was an accident that word became popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the narratives or something. All right.
But they didn't think that people would compile all this thing together one day and just compare it, and what the fuck is going on?
Exactly. I mean, if we looked it up, I'd have to do it, but not right this second. Like, what are the things that his army and him lived in and stuff? I doubt it was this.
Yeah.
So literally, like, I guess they have to say that one side of the world was evolving faster from monkeys than the other. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
Yeah. So you can throw out the Tash the 100 monkey thing, Did you ever heard about this?
What?
The 100 monkey.
With Brad Pitt
or something.
Yeah, wasn't that him? He was in that.
Yeah, because monkeys on the other side of the globe. I'll use globe because that's what they say. They found out that they could do something, and then the other monkey on the other side just learned it the same way, but who was there to witness that? You know, that's the funny
Right.
one.
How did they get that theory together? If there's
Yeah.
2 monkeys on the opposite sides, how did they figure this out?
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, now you got me. Now I'm curious here. Oh, Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan. So sorry, I just how my head works. Was there any photos of where he lived? No. But they were definitely using arrows and horses.
Yeah, small horses,
Right?
like short horses, like horses that cannot go up a hill.
Okay, let's see. Let me try this. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let me pull up. Of course, I don't know when this was built. We can look that up. Let's go to clickety click here and here and here. Clickety click. There. So this thing was built. Does it say? Oh no, this is a mausoleum dedicated to him.
No.
So that's after he died. So that's not going to help us.
No.
All right, so the heck with that.
But all the stories that the Genghis Khan was like a giant and he was redhead and red hair and why? Yeah, it's
Here
all
we go.
to confuse us again, you know. So
There we
don't
go. There we
any-
go. This is what they were in. These
Oh,
things.
look at his bed.
Yeah, let's check this stuff out. Here we go.
Is that where the king size bed came from? You know.
Ooh, I like it, Shepu. King size bed and circus tents. So that was his yurt. So he's living in a yurt, and England's making, you know, whatever this, whatever you know, this shit is. And he's living in this.
Yeah.
Fan freaking tastic. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. So depending on what side of Earth you lived on, we either live like this on tiny horses. Yeah. So that's going on one side of the plane. This kind of stuff. And on the other side, you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks, doesn't it, Shepu? So
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, I'm fixated on Genghis Khan. Let's get off of that. Okay.
The Ottoman Empire was still around when Walt Disney released his first cartoon.
How about that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, if you get a chance, I'm out of coffee, and I think I might need more for this show. Okay. Oh my gosh. What's next?
The Eastern Roman Empire fell just 39 years before Columbus discovered the Americas.
That's something that's you know, because they show in drawings that some Roman stuff and with cannons, you know, so and it never made sense to me, but if you say that it was there before, okay. So,
oh my gosh. All
it's
right.
really
Saturn's rings did not even exist when the Stegosaurus was roaming the Earth.
Okay, both of them.
that one. Oh, shit.
That one's easy to line up because they're both a lie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think that's it.
No, that's the end. That's it.
It ends with that bunch of whatever BS. Thank you. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, and then how about this? Someone just typed in what's the most beautiful building on Earth. And so I knew we'd see some crazy examples of stuff that they can't even build today.
Yeah, that place, it's amazing.
Yeah,
also the weirdest thing is that there's the hole on top. You know, when it's raining, it's like raining inside. It's
really in this.
how does it stop from the rain from coming inside? Because the hole is it's going outside. Like not this one, but the other one.
And I can't zoom up enough, but that looks like that ball on top of there again.
Yeah, but there's the other part, the ending, the other dome that you see, the smaller one.
This one.
Yeah.
It's got a hole on the top.
Right there. There's a hole, open hole on top. So when it's raining, it rains directly inside of the building. That's always like bothered me. It's why would you make
it as it should? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
And then let's see, what is this? The interior of the Sagrada Familia.
Yeah, how do you build this stuff?
That's insane. Like, unless they had some weird kind of 3D printing stuff, I don't understand this. No. You're telling me that they carved this by hand and hung upside down, or like, how did you get up this high with giant ladders?
To get there, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and you're carving this thing, I guess, laying on your back with all the stuff flying in your face. Like, make it make sense, Shepu.
I can't. There's nothing makes sense in these buildings. I tried to figure it out.
It doesn't make sense. No.
No.
They're saying it hurts their eyes. It hurts mine too. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, Pants on the Ground just showed up. You know, if you don't buy a belt, you're always going to be tardy.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
Did you hear an echo?
Oh my God! Triple echo this time.
I didn't hear an echo. Did you all hear an echo? Oh my goodness. Okay, what is this one? The chapel at Residenz Wurzburg. It must be, I would assume, Germany.
Yeah.
Insane. Look at that. And at the same time, there was like cowboys or Genghis Khan, or you know what I mean? Like that's all going on at the same time.
Yeah.
People
so they should have known that these, like this building that I was talking about.
Look at it.
You know,
he's right. Isn't that where like Superman's enemies falling through? I mean, come on, this is insane. Why would you do that? And this is like, and again, we all talk about frequencies and sound waves and the healing energies and things like that. And this looks just like you'd see in a studio, for acoustics, right?
Yeah. And also in every subwoofer or anything that you have this hole to let the air breathe in, or
here.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're hypothesizing that this has something to do with some kind of sound waves or frequency or something back in the day.
Yes.
And whatever maybe was else in here, they've removed it. So you just see the shell of this.
Yeah, probably was something there.
Because I truly believe, since we started looking into these churches and things, that the stained glass and stuff that's on the windows, where we think it's so beautiful when you see it lit up, I think some of them had they still had like a pillar or a ball thing in the middle. And I think through the cymatics of, say, the giant organs that they had in there that would play music, I think they had a way of generating energy to shine out.
Yes.
And then that would put those lights in the sky. It's almost like an homage to God, making beautiful music and pretty things in the sky.
Yes, I agree. But sometimes I wonder if these stained glass windows were there because some of them are like more, but sometimes they would have been destroyed at some point, because when you look at old pictures, all the windows are busted and stuff like this. So they have to be redone. But I wonder sometimes if they were actually there, if they were put later, or I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's get out of that one. Oh, that's the Pantheon in Rome. This is the Taj Mahal, which is a crazy looking building. And then once again, they always have these reflecting pools. Had something to do with the energy. But then probably they had no bathrooms in here, right?
No.
And they all have what do you call it? DJ towers or whatever you call them?
The domes and towers always like 3 domes, 4 domes, and towers around them.
Right. And then this energy thing,
which I think is the same principle that I just talk about the ball and the scepter.
Yeah,
it's probably the same type of one gathers the energy and transfer it to the other one. And
look at this thing. I'm gonna put it right next to it.
Yeah.
Star Wars, so you weren't paying attention to this thing. And again, people say it's either energy or healing or some both.
Yeah, Vajara translate into electric diamond, something like this. I think it's electric diamond. It means so.
Really?
Usually they used to have like a diamond or a stone, some type of stone in the middle. Yeah, that is the translation of Vajara.
That's cool. Thanks. So yeah, very similar technology. Has something to do with energy in some way. And this, of course, is the St. Peter's Basilica. I mean,
again with the open dome.
yeah. And then you got a guy laying on his back. No, this one.
Oh yeah.
And putting these things and carving this stuff. How?
Yeah, and you know the story about these paintings. It's even crazier. You know that the guy Michelangelo, I think, drew it, painted it. One guy, first of all, it's almost impossible, but he had to redo it like 3 times because the king or the pope didn't like the first one. What?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you don't like keep doing it. The guy's up there forever, upside down.
Yeah.
And I do have to get out of that for 1 second here. Once again, Melanie, thank you. You're such an amazing friend.
Oh, nice, Melanie.
And so there's new members, and thank you, members. That all helps for the needs that we have here. So thank you. God bless you.
Yeah.
And also,
I'm just dreaming of the day that my name comes up with those gifts. Hey, yay! I got one.
Right? Isn't that great? Yeah. I had that happen to me. I forget whose show it was. And Jeannie just got 2 soap orders. Man, you're all wonderful too. Thank you so much. Well, I just love this chat. Building up the house, not burning it down, but I don't have much for building up the house. Here with this one.
Boom, baby.
You guys are fantastic. I love you.
Yeah,
okay. Let's see. What's next? We were in the middle of the screen share. Okay. Clickety click. Thank you, Melanie. Okay. We were doing this. Here we go. What's next? This one. What is this? The Antwerp train station.
Yeah.
And they always say like it's a post office, it's a government building, it's a church.
Yeah. No, it's an incredible building.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I did get to see that too. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, you went to Rome that's nice.
Yeah, Antwerp and a few other places. Okay. What's next? What is this? The Kelowna Gallery. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, the artwork and stuff, and
look at the size of these paintings. They're just huge.
Yeah, because like a normal human probably be maybe about to here on the statue, if that.
Today, just to have that size of a canvas would cost you like thousands of dollars. Yeah,
and the narrative is they had no electricity because there's electricity in this shot, and we're to believe that all these candelabras were filled with candles. Which, come on, do the math. It would burn and soot up these things. They'd look horrific, and there'd be candle wax on everything.
Yeah, everywhere. Yep.
And who's climbing up and changing the candles out? Come on, people. It doesn't make any sense.
But they came up with that story. They had they had like these ceramic candles that would last forever. Okay. But they never want to admit that they had these free energy thing, you
Yeah.
know. So
It kills the whole narrative.
yeah.
Yeah. What is this? This is in Romania. Good Lord.
Oh yeah, these staircase, you can see
Wow.
everything.
Is that carved out of wood? That's incredible.
Yeah. This is just the craftsmanship of this. It's nobody could. If somebody could do it today, it would take like years, like go off years
Right?
and years,
No.
and they would say that they probably built this in 40 years. Impossible, you know. It's
That's ridiculous.
yeah. Again.
Okay. Oh, and I saw. Oh, that's got sound.
Oh, you saw this?
Yeah,
in Rome?
yeah. This thing was bizarre.
Yeah, right in the middle of the bas. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got this like it has like portal symbols and stuff. I think if I'm thinking of this the right one. I have pictures of this stuff. Look, there you go. Look, it looks like there's an opening.
Yeah, I don't know if this one has an opening, but
so how'd they get up there and do that? I mean,
the only way it's scaffolding for sure, but
yeah. That's what the narrative, I'm sure, is scaffolding. This almost looks like mosaic tiles in here. I don't know. So I think it's pretty wild. Okay, and then
this one is it's in Paris.
Yeah, in Paris.
We have the same kind of in Ottawa here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the same roof actually. I posted like a short on my new channel that I went to this summer, and I filmed the roof of it.
Missed that one. I've seen your bike rides.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like 3D printing. I mean, come on, that's just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. And then there's stuff on the roof too, or the ceiling.
Yeah, look at this. It's wow.
Right, and then a place for the ceiling fan right there. That thing's wild. Okay, so there's that one, and then this one.
Again, this one.
Yeah. Okay, so we get this thing's crazy, and this one, if I remember, it took like 600 years, and they passed the plans down to generations.
Yeah, that's the Cologne one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's no explanation why it looks burnt.
No, but I said like the last time, it's in 1945 they bombed Cologne in total. So half of this church was
gone.
Was destroyed. But it's the same thing. So was it real? Was it not? It's again, I think it's just to confuse us, to not know what's going on.
Isn't this that bridge you showed, that DNA bridge that they rebuilt and made it look worse?
I don't think it's the same one, but yeah,
that one's trippy.
There's one even much weirder than this one.
That I don't doubt. So okay, so I think that's an well, come on. What about this one?
Yeah, that's
okay. And that really does put things in perspective. This is a human today. So then why were we building these monstrous doorways?
Yeah.
And
I think this one was even taller, because I've seen like old etchings of this one, and that it has like another like a level with a more pointy tip on top of this.
Oh, really? And then most likely, like we've discussed, you don't know where ground level really is. So probably
exactly.
Yeah. And they just paved it up to here.
Yeah.
That one's just insane. I mean, look at that. And then I you know what? I bet if you fell from any kind of height and you landed on one of these, you'd probably die. Right? Don't you think? I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Okay. All right. Are we good? Let's see. I could do these all day. But look at that. Oops.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Jeez. It's just, there's nonstop. They're all over the world.
Yeah. No, we don't do this. The new church that we build are just like squares and stuff. You know, the latest church in my city is just like just looks like a house. They just turned it into a church. It's.
And this one's in France. This one
Yes.
is the Mount Saint Michel.
Michel. Yes.
Yeah, probably like a star fort.
And all around, it's like quicksand.
Right.
Who builds a building on quicksand?
Right? Just like they said the which one is it? I think it's the Lincoln Memorial was built on a swamp. Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
No roads, but we built the building. Okay. All right. I've got to stop. These are addictive. So, all right. Let's get out of this one.
Oh, there's a nice moon outside. I just
A what?
Yeah, I just saw the moon through my window.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's like crazy.
It is. No, that's not crazy. How about this? Melanie did boots on the ground. And of course,
Melanie, with her flip phone.
With her flip phone, she recorded boots on the ground, and of course she has phallic symbols in it, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's why she filmed it. Not
Yeah. Oops. There we go. And she's still learning. She's got a finger right across the lens, so that's cool. Good job, Mel. Oh, there it is again. And the UPS truck goes, look at that thing. That thing's wild. We love you, Mel.
Yeah, look at this.
But what is that? I forgot to read what it said, but what is that building? I don't know. Did she look it up? She was probably too entranced by the symbols at the beginning. Yep, she was. There we were back to this. That's probably what made her realize there was a building behind it. She saw that. Oh, shoot. So that was good. Okay. Now, how do we get out of this? Okay, so that's that one. Thank you, Melanie, for that. Have you seen these things?
Yes, Valley of Fire in Arizona.
Yeah. We got to try to do some kind of deep dive and figure out what the hell happened here, because these things are bizarre.
Yeah. No, the entire place is out of this world. It's crazy.
That's some wild stuff there. Some wild, wacky stuff. It doesn't even look real,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So.
But it is.
Yeah. Apparently. Okay. And then this, how you don't see the melt, it blows me away. But these kind of buildings.
Yeah, in Turkey. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't believe that things melted like wax with fervent heat and all the different descriptions that God says he did, then explain this. I mean, you're telling me that they carved this into this mountain and even carved it inside here for aesthetics. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. On top where you were at, where your cursor was, it's written in another language other than Turkish.
Oh, up here?
Yeah. So they don't even know who and why it's there.
Huh.
That's
no sign makers here.
No.
Yeah. So you're carving this.
The door leads to nowhere. It's just
right. So you carve this doorway, and then this one you just get sloppy.
Yeah.
And then throw some extra stones down here. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Or this was a building. Some type of God's judgment happened. This stuff melted like he said would in wax. And these were left over that didn't get the heat because it stopped before it got to this part. That makes way more sense to me than to think that they carved this doorway and that doorway.
Yeah.
So, okay. And this is where people can agree and disagree and still be friends. I'm still under the impression that some of the fossils and stuff that we see aren't a building. Some of them are actual tissue material from, say, giant beings. And some I see as tree stumps. But when you slice this and it literally looks like meat, I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
If that doesn't look like a slab of bacon or some type of meat. So, and everything can fossilize. You can prove that. I mean, there's that one waterfall where they hang things and they fossilize.
Yeah. But they're calcified. Yeah. Because if you cut it open, the thing's still inside. Yeah, it's
right. And then there's that cowboy boot that you can see the leg in it, and it's a modern boot. So Anyways, that's just my idea that there's more to it than just one answer.
Yeah,
But
the process is something to really look. But anyway, I've looked into how the process works, and they are like clashing with each other, because there's some geologists say that the only way it can happen it's that way, and some say that it could happen, and they don't agree with themselves, so
yeah, no. Well, we're all just learning. If I could get to that drop, I would. Okay. And then this one just blows me away. I've seen this before, but did you know that? Because, there's the, excuse me, the cultures that talk about us being on a turtle's back. And I think it's a translation thing, because the turtle does have the 13 symbols, the hexagons in here, and then the 28 around here, which would put us back in tune. In fact, I did an article. They're actually talking about.
Yeah, I sent you an article that they changed. They wanted, but they did. Somebody changed it into a 13-month something. Yeah.
Yeah, the people over at Klaus Schwab, and those guys, they want to go to it like it's something new, but it's the way it used to be before they screwed it up and made us with leap years and months with different days and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty weird, pretty wild that it's on the back of the turtle. But then I was also thinking about, I was watching, was it Curtis that came up with this idea of how things expand and rotate and stuff? And
but I have another explanation of how the days, because I think there are like 360, just like a full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the year at the solstice and winter solstice and the summer, there are 3 to 4 days that the sun doesn't move. So you cannot count like these days. If you removed like these 2 days that doesn't move and the 2 days that doesn't move, you're left with like a 360 kind of days if you don't count the days that the sun doesn't move, because it's not a total day. It's like 2.5 this winter and 2.5 in this, so it makes 365. So you took the 5 out because the sun doesn't move at all. It's at the same place, so you end up with 360 to make a full circle. But that's just something I calculated while looking at it, because this is something that that at these times the sun stands still for at least 2.5 days. Yeah. So
well, it's interesting because I was going to cover that in my ideas of how I think the sun and the moon work, and I don't know if I should jump into that here or if we should wait a few minutes here, because we'll finish this.
Yeah, continue on your
All right, let's finish it up, but we'll circle back to 360. We'll circle back to it. See what I did there? Yeah. That's right. The comedy never stops. I'm telling you. Okay. And since we can't use plastic straws anymore, I've just been choking turtles with my bare hands. I thought that was hilarious. No turtles were harmed in this joke, but man, that's funny. So, okay. What's next? Oh, and this is for my Tesla people. I know they're out there that they love their Tesla. No matter how much you love your Tesla and Elon Musk, I can tell you right now, you don't love it more than this gentleman who drives around with a gigantic statue.
Oh my God. Oh, shit.
This guy was driving around Brownsville, Texas. Is that fantastic or what?
Wow.
That is wonderful.
I've yet to see one. I've not seen in my area yet.
Really? Yeah, I mean, there's one that drives around where I live, but when I went to California, my God, they were all over like cockroaches. It was,
oh, really?
They were everywhere. So I don't know. But yeah, this guy drives around with his Elon Musk. I know, that's freaking hilarious. Meanwhile, my normal Tesla news is things like this. Oh, wait, this is, I forgot. How about this? Update on the second Neuralink from our guy in the Baphomet suit. That's what he's wearing, right?
Yeah, again with that suit. Yeah.
He's always wearing it. If all goes well, there'll be hundreds of people with Neuralinks within a few years, and maybe tens of thousands within 5, millions within 10 years.
No.
Isn't that wonderful? And that got almost 43 million views. So he is our top influencer in my mind, without a doubt. Because not just what he does here on Twitter, but you know, he's got the Neuralink and the AI technology and the Tesla and the SpaceX, and now he's a Trump supporter. I mean, it's just like it's all there. And then he wears the Beast costume, so there's that. That's cool. But yeah, the normal news on Tesla would happen like this, where this Tesla, I don't know, I think it was a self-driving, maybe one of those, but it was one of the Tesla semi trucks, and the battery caught on fire, and it shut down this highway in Northern California for like 12 hours. So that was fun. And what I've noticed is, you know, people immediately jump on that bandwagon, and Lego is now for Christmas, they're coming out with their Tesla Lego.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. Okay. And then what's next?
Yeah, and in these fires you cannot put it out with regular water, because water and lithium, it doesn't mix at all.
No, right? And then explain to me why whenever SpaceX bursts through the atmosphere, it does it all colorful.
Yeah, that's...
You don't see that on a NASA launch, but on a SpaceX, you always do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. So there's that. Or it's hitting the firmament and exploding. There could be. Or it's just a firework. I mean, some of these things that I see, like, I don't know, videos of rocket ships or missiles that are being shot at countries, they just look like fireworks to me, just saying. But that's just me. I know nothing. Okay, yeah. What's next? Oh, okay. Well, that looks like a space view. So in order to do that, let's hit him.
My handle said you saw a guy with the Neuralink.
You saw someone with a Neuralink?
Yeah, I'm reading the comment.
I have to thank Flurfers R Us for the $2. Thank you so much. And my old system, it's just a super sticker. I don't know if you wrote something. I apologize. That's just it is. I'm on an old computer.
Yeah, the military. Oh, yeah. It reminds me of the movie The Fifth Wave. You know, that's what they do with the guy in the military. They put a chip on them, and they see things. They see like other people as aliens, but if you remove the chip, they're just normal people.
Wow,
you know, it's crazy. Yeah,
this is nuts that someone actually saw one of these.
Wow.
Like, I'm speechless. You know, we talk about these things, and then, you know, give it 5 years or so, and it won't even be a weird thing. Like,
yeah,
tons of people will be having these things. Every day it seems like I get an email saying, oh, this system got hacked and all your information's gone, and this system got hacked and all your information's gone. And why does everyone think that Neuralink can't be hacked? Come on, it's the same kind of technology, you know. And then you're totally Manchurian Candidate, you know. That's probably Well, remember those videos when we first started doing these things, Shepu, where they had the guy like 2 Chainz or whatever, and they just like stop motion and they like shut down, you know, and then somebody would say something, they'd start, you know. There's one with Roker that like freaks out when they mention and stuff. You know, it's already happening. That's wild.
That's wild.
Wow. Oh, hey, I got a shout out on JT. Thank you, JT, if you're here. Appreciate that. What a great guy. And what a funny name, Butt Nuggets. Now, wait a minute. You're on a homestead. So we're talking chicken eggs, I hope. Let's go with that. Otherwise, I don't know. But thank you anyways. So thank you very much for that. So yes, all 3. I'm not sure what I said, but thank you for agreeing with me. So yes. Okay, what else we have here? Okay.
Yeah, the phone. Yeah, the phone is the first step. You know,
Yeah, with the Neuralink things. Then that's the thing. Like they slowly walk you into it, right? Everyone has a phone on them, and then they went to like the watches and things that can monitor your health and your pulse, and it sends it to somewhere too. And so, like, we're putting trackers on ourselves,
Yeah,
and paying for it because that's the only way that you can get past someone's free will is you have to get their
exactly.
consent.
Like, it's like
Exactly. Yeah, I've got my tracker with me. Yeah, they know where I am all the time.
even if you turn off the location, they know. They don't. It's useless.
Yeah, but what are we going to do? We have to live in this world, you know. If I shut all that off, I wouldn't even be on air. So,
Yeah,
we got to use their technology and just try to fight it at home as best as possible. I don't even know what that means, but you know. Okay, so I came over here not just to say hi to the chat, but let's go back over here because we were about to do. Where is it? Here he is.
This week in scary space news.
Okay, so the first one is an obvious image of the sunset in space. So there's that. Wonderful.
Wow.
I know. It's just breathtaking, isn't it? Okay. And then there's this because they always have to make it, 13-year-old humor. This image from the Odyssey orbiter showing a double bowl crater on Mars surface caused by a meteorite splitting before impact. And all I see is this as a penis. I don't know. Is that just me? But they always seem to do that.
But that's on Mars. What?
This is on Mars. Yeah. Come on. Am I the only one? I can't be the only one that saw that. I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, Johnson. Exactly. Okay. And then right after that, a totally unrelated story.
What is it? Does it? Do they call it the Johnson crater?
I don't know. That's I was just reading the chat.
Okay.
Maybe it is the Johnson crater. Maybe we named it. And then a citizen scientist spotted a mysterious object shooting out of the galaxy at 1 million miles an hour. I don't know. I don't think those two stories are related, but maybe. So yeah. So they saw that. One of these people that have a camera in their backyard. And so you got that going on. And then I think this is a joke, but the first female spacewalk is underway. And someone wrote, "Did the satellite dishes need washing?" Terrible joke. That's terrible. I don't approve, although it's funny. This was, for Shepu, for this. Now, they say that this is like, what do you call it? Perpetual motion.
Yeah.
But this kid invented this thing.
Magnet.
So going along with your idea of the 360 and our talk about energy and how everything is that, Fibonacci spiral and stuff, there's a lot to be said about, this turning. Yeah. Again, it was kind of spurred me on because yesterday Chris talked about his ideas on the node in the center and then how things turn, which I'm not completely on, 100% on what he's saying there, but I'm figuring it out with him, hopefully. Because we all are trying to figure out how this works because we don't know.
Yeah, for sure it works. You just connect it to an alternator and you got a motor that creates energy because like right there, you just create motion, there's no energy right there because you need a coil and stuff with it to create the energy. So you just connect an alternator to this and there you go.
There it is.
This kid's probably gonna get hired from a company and you'll never heard about it, and he's gonna work in a bureau for his life and waste all of his intelligence and on something else.
Yeah, or Hillary will seek him out. One of the two, I hear.
because that's what they do, you know, that they like people that put out this shit because they will go and get them and take them with them and just put them in the box and stop them for doing this shit. That's
And then it's interesting too that they try to disprove this by saying this implies perpetual motion, which those are impossible because they violate the first and second laws of thermodynamics, which are probably theories anyways. But when you go to that, and I looked up perpetual motion and free energy and so forth, and they, you know, of course, they shoot it all down. And I thought was interesting is one of the ways they shoot it down is by Leonardo da Vinci. Remember the guy that was laying on the floor or whatever, painting things along with Michelangelo. And it says, "Oh, ye seekers after perpetual motion, how many vain chimeras have you pursued? Go and take your place with the alchemists."
Well, yeah. Again,
so he's trying to disprove perpetual motion by bringing up chimeras and alchemists, which we know alchemy is a real thing, and then chimeras are like all these creatures.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what do I find? 9 real ones from the annals of paleontology. So, you know, they talk about
it's probably drawn by Da Vinci himself. It looks like it's kind of
right. Probably. Yeah. And then they say the bear dog. These are all the ones they say existed. The horse dragon. The man bird, which is a part of a penguin. I don't even understand how they came up. They must have been high on their magic mushrooms. The rat croc, which is just terrifying. It's like those things in Jurassic Park, the ones in the kitchen. Velociraptors, yeah. The fish lizard. That proves evolution, doesn't it? Not to be confused with the lizard fish.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We got to separate those two. And the marsupial lion, that is just terrifying. The ostrich lizard and the fish bird.
So, this one I've seen.
And yeah, that I guess this first one means that man, bear, pig existed. I don't know. Someone said that in the chat. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that it's easier than we think to combine an egg from something and a sperm from something else. Maybe they just don't want us to do it, but because they're practically the same thing when you look at it. Before they grow, but even they grow until like 3 months, they are practically identical on everything.
Yeah.
After 3 months, they start to change into something else.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. I mean, I don't know what their capabilities are, but it's written about in the Bible as in the days of Noah, where they were working with, they were everything was corrupt.
Yeah.
So that's why the flood wiped everything out. But yeah, and then of course they say that they've done it with pigs, which again, that's why I'm done with eating any kind of pork product, just because it's that's what they use when they want to do transplants and all that stuff, that they say we're the most related and comparative, and that's probably where they came from. I don't know. Okay, so enough of that. Now here we are. Okay. Wow, we're 2 hours in. Are you okay? Your head doing all right?
Yeah, not so bad.
Okay.
Getting a bit tired, but it's okay.
All right.
It's like it's 11.
Oh, well, I don't know if JT is here, but I appreciate him sending people over. But I did have a new panda thing that I made. We can play that really fast. It's really short. We'll start with a lead in. I think pandas are sus.
Is my parents' dog moonlighting as panda?
So, and I just made this today.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, brought to you by Silly Fan Man. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Today's episode, how pandas are made.
Satellite tracking continues.
That's crazy.
I know. I don't know why she stays here with me after I make these things. I am blessed. Or she's trapped. Maybe I've chained her ankle to the house. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody commented on my group this week. I don't know. I responded to someone and he said, "Aren't you like the guy that thinks that all birds are like mechanical or sometimes?" No, I don't think that all birds are mechanical. And then he went to say, the guy said that, you know why that they hang on power lines all the time? It's because they recharge every time. It's okay.
I'll tell you something. What's interesting is I've talked about these subjects for a while, but just recently I've been getting a lot of, I wouldn't say people are angry. They're just very, what do you call it? Not what is the word I'm looking for? They're very passionate about this subject. Like I can talk about everything else, Armageddon, Jesus Christ, I can talk about anything else. But when I talk, and pandas is fine. I talk about pigeons, birds, but specifically pigeons, people are very passionate about that. And so I'm here to once again say, no, I don't think all birds and all pigeons are fake. I'm saying they're mixing things in. And I've shown multiple pigeons that are very sus. Some that sound like they're recorded, like some kind of, remember that one on the roof of the car? And there's just so many things that are, and I'm not the first person. There's like whole channels devoted to this. But I do believe one of the conversations I ever had about birds was the idea that if a third of the angels fell, 2/3 of the angels are still there working with God. And so if you just had crazy amount of angels flying around, and some are scary looking in the Bible, like Ezekiel stuff, that would freak people out. Whereas if you had them hidden as birds, because all the things that are similar, they both supposedly fly, they both supposedly have wings. I said that it's very rare if you've ever seen a bird other than a captive one die of old age, where they're always of trauma. And where do they go? Where all the dead bodies of birds. There's a lot of weird coincidence, similarity, whatever you want to say. God talks about the birds are from heaven. It's in the Bible that way too. And so there's a lot of things. I'm saying that some of them are mixed in, because when people look at things, if there's a bunch of birds, they don't even register it. And so that's what I'm saying about that. And some of the pigeons, especially in the cities, are extremely sus, because unless you're farming your own pigeons, you never see the egg or the baby. And again, people have sent me pictures and told me that they were farmers of it. And I get it. And I'm not trying to discredit or discount any of that. But like Shepu, I'm saying there's some sus. And because I talked about this man's an amazing artist. I mean, he designed this Melanie mug where she's eating soup and listening to REM. But he also did one inspired by my talk of a pigeon that like has wires and stuff coming out. And so I guess now he's taking heat for that. But no, throw it back on me. I was the first. He just drew it. I was the one that's been saying this. So, but,
yeah, I keep seeing like people doing AI pictures of pigeon with chips in them and everywhere.
So let's see. I'm out there looking for them. No, maybe I should start. I'll do boots on the ground looking for pigeons and baby.
Everywhere I go, CFM, they're always there. Everywhere. Right? Pigeon.
Ghetto chickens. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, that's her in the corner in the spotlight. You're right.
Melanie, it's because we love you. You're always with us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't know. She gets a bad rap on some channels, but you know what? She's amazing if you just take the time to realize that. Yeah. So, okay, what's next? Let me go over to. You still good for a little bit? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We'll go over here. Okay. So here's what I wanted to let's see. Oh, this is the political things. We'll fly through these. But look at this. This was just, of course, Baphomet says, this was literally just last month. This is the official Joe Biden. Let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm the sitting president of the United States. I'm the nominee of the Democratic Party. I'm staying in the race. I mean, if people can't see this is in theater now, I don't know how. I can't help you, because then you got this creature saying this.
We're different from the president. We're very discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded. These are the races we have to win.
She said it, not me.
When is she gonna retire, man? Oh my God, how long she's been there?
Well, that's the thing. These people, they've been forever. It's like Vlad the Impaler. They're always around, you know. And look at the size of these pearls. You know, that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Just like I showed a thing. Someone had found the necklace that Kamala Harris is wearing in all those ads that always pop, even on my show, that said they want money from us. And it's like I don't know, it was like a $40,000 or $60,000 Tiffany necklace. Like, it's right in your face, and they don't even care because nobody's watching. We're all asleep at the wheel. So she just called herself a reptilian and cold-blooded. So that's cool. And then you got this guy who's he's the VP, I guess, or running for VP. And he's got what do you even say anymore? Mentally challenged son, if that's right. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. And just oh wait, you missed it. He just yanks the heck out of him. Huh.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. This is how he treats his son. Anyways, so there's that. And again, they do this all on camera for your theater, for your, so we can cover these things. And then everyone showed about how, I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons, but the movie Idiocracy, when Macho Camacho comes out, and it's like, it's like a wrestling event, and they're cheering and stuff like that, right? And then they showed the Trump one where Hulk did that for him.
Oh yeah.
And then look, they do it here. It's like, I don't forget which guy this.
We are here tonight.
Turn up the what? Whatever that guy's name is.
CAC, turn out for what?
It's the same thing. It's the same theater. It's just one was red team. Now we're watching the blue team theater of Idiocracy. Right? Yeah. It's right in your faces.
Oh yeah.
So you got that. Then you got Gavin Newsom, who's just a tad crazier than the guy that's out here in Washington, Inslee. And they ask him, why is there so much homeless? And I don't like listening to the guy, but he says it's because of all
policies and neglect. We put up our feet.
He talks about how his policies and neglect and putting up his feet caused the homeless problem. He admits it because nobody's watching. Nobody cares. And they stay in office. In fact, you can look, how many people can you find that's voted for the person that's running your state or your country? It's pretty fascinating for me. I can never find anyone that voted these people in. They just get selected. Like Kamala has just been selected. They kicked out Biden and put her in. And then you got this sheriff. And again, I'm not even going to get into the diatribe of back and forth. But, of course, they have evidence of him saying how awesome she is now. And then they play it against how pissed off he was back then. It's the same guy. I don't see how you don't see these things, because then you get into this with AI. I don't want the music, but I mean, come on. I don't think this happened. What do you think? Or that? I don't think any of this happened.
No, AI is getting crazy.
AI is out of control. Okay, it's out of control. Like, this is what's happened in just like the short year or whatever that they've put this out for us.
Oh yeah,
and, it's wild. So, meanwhile, this is actually real. Look it up. These are Trump's parents. That's not AI. That's his dad and that's his mom. So there's that.
What's wrong with these people?
I don't know. You can look it up. I researched it to make sure these weren't doctored, but no, you can find these photos still. So there's that. And then they're all puppets. You got this guy who's like Team Red, and now suddenly they're all doing podcasts and stuff now because they realize that's where we all went. We stopped watching their stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And so, they put their puppet on here and they say the things we want to hear, talking about big pharma and the truth about, different medicines and stuff. And then all the, true channels call him the hero, just like they called Trump a hero and all. And they just are on there saying the things you want to hear because they know that's what you want to hear. And so we've got to stop idolizing these people. It's all theater. They're all puppets. They're all put in there to program you. And if you're not watching the regular news, now they're all on YouTube and showing up there.
Yeah, it's the new Hollywood,
Yeah, Roseanne Barr has it. And
yeah,
look, So I'm just saying, if you think that there isn't, controlled opposition in the channels that you watch, then you're deceiving yourself. I mean, the heroes of Flat Earth, which I'm happy to be out of that, that's one of them. And he's in this article that goes over basically how stupid they are, these flat earthers. And it continues on to, where is it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it right now because I won't name any names, but they are like running and they don't know where to go, and they're just trying to push again the same thing over and over and over, and they're running out of juice, And
it's the same people arguing with the same people. It's like wrestling, right? And then they put in these articles about how it's misinformation, it's harmful, and that's why YouTube started burying these videos and borderline content and all that, right? And then you've got, I've said this before and I'll show it again. When you look up how to debunk Flat Earth, they use the people that are the heroes of Flat Earth. They use this one. It was in this movie that's on Netflix, Behind the Curve, where they had this failed light experiment by one of the main heroes of Flat Earth.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I didn't want to name, but
well, I'm not naming it, but look it up yourselves, people, because these are the leaders of Flat Earth, and if it's total controlled opposition, it's the things that we were taught about from these channels to watch for, and it's right in your face. Because if you were to try to debunk Flat Earth, you would find this guy failing this light experiment. You would find this hero failing his gyroscope experiment, which the Flat Earth community bought him for a cost of like, I don't know, $20,000. And at the end of the day, it proved their theory on globe Earth. So you've got, all the heroes of Flat Earth are the same ones that people use against Flat Earth. And so why do they do that? And now they're doing their experiment in Antarctica, but they're using this app. And I don't buy into this. I don't believe this is what we know. What they're going to take the UN map, which of course, why would the government lie about that? They've lied about everything else, but no, the map is correct. And then just throw a sun and moon on it like a clock and then sell it to everyone and make a ton of money off of people. Because as we're waking up that we don't believe that we live flying through space on the spinning ball, you immediately get trapped into this nonsense. And hey, for a while it made sense that we live in a snow globe with a dome, like they show you on Citizen Kane. But no, that's not the way God describes it.
No, they always use this map, and I created my own map with the size of the continent that they gave us, the real sizes.
Oh, I want to see that.
And I don't have it right now, but
let's do that another show. Let's go.
Because if you go with the real size in the middle, like Canada and all this, it's really small compared to, because if you look at the size of Australia, is as wide as the US,
Yeah.
But that's not what we see on the map.
No. Yeah,
because it's a small. No, it's as big as the US and Canada it's just Australia, and it's crazy because the wider you go, it becomes larger at the bottom, and the continent are really large if you go down, because they have the sizes, they have calculated the sizes, and if you look at the map, it doesn't match up at all.
That's why I think the older maps are still the place to find stuff.
Yeah,
if anything. But they even call this app after the pale blue dot that you see from space. That's what they call it, and it goes to some article about what's his name? Who's that guy that was that billion? Carl Sagan.
Yeah,
I think he coined the phrase. So that's what you're named after. Anyways, this was what the first thing I saw that was starting to make sense to me. But again, what you see in this is this dome that ends here and here. And once again, like the snow globe. But God says that the firmament protects us from the waters above and below. And so what I feel is it continues all the way around.
I don't have a map. I made a map. That's what I did. A map.
Yeah.
Not a nap.
Oh, an app.
And Sue, we don't say it's not bad, Yeah, all the things that it brings with the video and stuff. We're just saying that the map is.
Yeah, the maps. Yeah. We'll go over maps, your map and stuff. It sounds like a fun show another time, another night. That sounds good. But so from here, like if you read Enoch, which I find interesting, I found in Enoch, it says, which is, some of the non-canon scriptures they found, at the ends of the earth, I observed 12 portals open to all quarters of the heaven through which the winds blow across the earth. And from 4 of these portals come the winds that bring blessings of prosperity, while the other 8 release harmful winds that are sent forth, bring destruction to the earth, the waters, and all who dwell upon them, and everything within these realms. Excuse me. Then when you add that to Revelation in the Bible, Revelation 7:1, I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth, so no one could blow on the earth and the sea or any tree. Then I saw another angel descending from the east, who had the seal of the living God. He shouted with a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given permission to damage the earth and the sea. Do not damage the earth or the sea or the trees until we put a seal on the foreheads of the servants of God. So to me, it tracks very close, this idea. And so rather than believing it's more like this, like this dome or even this is getting closer to what I believe, but this kind of ends up like Pac-Man, where it seems like it comes out of this one and goes into that one. But do you see how it's showing it rather than circling like a watch clock? It's going this way because God.
I know what you're saying with Pac-Man, because in the stories of the Smoky God and the Iron Republic, that's how they because they go in from the north and they come out from the south. It's like. Yeah. Like you said, it's like Pac-Man. It's crazy.
So this is closer because you can see how it looks to me like it tracks around. And then I came across this one, and now this is getting more what I think. And so if we live on this center area where the water looks like it's stopped, do you see how the sun goes all the way around the quote wall? And it's going in this pattern. And so the people that are saying, oh, when we get to Antarctica, you won't see a 24-hour sun, I think, or something. If you go by the watch clock app, maybe. But if you go by something more like this, no, I think you totally can. And so if that's the case, once again, you're using the same people to go there and have a failed experiment to make us all look stupid if we believe in, biblical Earth, I like to call it.
Yeah, exactly. And what I think, you see that these 2 points, it's, let's say the NCP is like the North Star, and the SCP is like the Southern Cross. And I think like Australia is like on the other side of this thing, because it's in the outer, because there's the Southern Cross, it's for the southern continent, like Australia and a couple of others, because they don't see the North Star where they are. They only see they don't see the center point, but the closest thing to the center point is the Southern Cross that they call, because the center point that they say it's so small that you cannot see with your eyes, but the cross turns around this star. But I think that because Australia they don't have winter there. I don't think so. It's always like Summerland. And when you hear about these legend of the story that they go to Summerland and all this stuff, they went under like the out in the outer realm, but I think it's the same place, but on the other side or something, because we don't feel. It's a long story that I've covered it in the show, or like the third show we did with Jen.
I think it's something we definitely need to revisit again, because all of my research and others are seeming to head towards this idea of trying to reimagine the actual living space we live in. Because like I said, I no longer believe in the watch app. I totally think that there's more to it. Like even this drawing, see how the sun and the moon potentially go around this, whatever this is. That was kind of crude. But then don't forget this original, everyone's seen this, and everyone talks about, he's sticking his head out and seeing, whatever heaven and God's. But let's not discredit the fact that the stars and the moon are part of the firmament, which goes below him. You can see that. Just like get a planetary app, and it's the same thing. They show you where it's below you. And look at the sun is going down below this living space. So I truly believe it can go more in this idea.
Yeah.
And if not, I can show you. Look at this. I just got handed this wonderful note.
Because the sun that we see, it's inside of with us, but the real light source is outside of this place.
Amen. And you know how I can prove that? Check this out. You go into, it's in the very first book of the Bible.
Oh.
And I revisited this, and I was just blown away. It talks about, in the beginning, God created it. Well, it should be heaven and earth. And the earth was out without form and void. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. So right there, darkness already existed. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And what happened? And God said, let there be light, and there was light. There's no sun and moon yet. And God saw the light, and there was good, and he divided the light from the darkness. And he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And in the evening and the morning were the first day. That's before he creates the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
So there was already light and darkness. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and divide the waters from the waters. He made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And then he gathers and gets the land. He calls the dry land earth. And then he brings forth the grass and the herbs and so forth. And then he continues on the third day. Then after the third day, he says, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be for signs, for seasons, days, and years.
Wow.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And so it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser to rule the night. And he made stars also, and he set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day over the night, and divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. So he creates them in the firmament on the fourth day. But darkness already existed, and God's light brought up the light. And so it's not from these things. He put those in there for our benefit.
Yeah.
To know the season, the time of year, what time of day it is. That's why they're there. And he tells you that. So I found that fascinating. And if anybody's questioning my ideas, on how things work, just remember you're supposed to question everyone's. And if you haven't read it, it's still a wonderful book. There's people that don't understand it because they don't read the Bible. And when I first heard about Job, it sounds terrible what he did to him. But people are picked throughout our history for great moments, so everyone else can learn from those moments. And Job was picked because he was the most righteous and the richest man in the land. And so God allowed Satan to take that away to prove to everyone, if you have faith, the rest of this world doesn't matter because God's still there. He couldn't kill him. All kinds of things happened to Job. But at the end of the day, Job never cursed God. His wife even told him he should kill himself, but he didn't curse God. He finally asked God he doesn't think he can please him anymore to just take his own life. And that's when God, he does this smackdown. It's incredible. When I first read it, it's like if you have any idea, Moses said when God spoke, he didn't want him to say another word. It was terrifying. So can you imagine the Lord answering Job out of the whirlwind saying these things, gird up thy loin like a man and I'll demand of thee. And he starts asking him, were you there when I laid the foundations of the earth? Do you know how this works? Do you know how that works? Where does the stars go? How do the birds get their food? Like he goes through all these things that no one can answer the answers to these. And so as we sit here in our rooms, surrounded by our technology and puffed up chests, and say, we know how everything works, I say, go read the book of Job, because you don't, because none of us do. All we can do is theorize through experiments and through our observations. But at the end of the day, we can't prove it, but the Bible can. And if you're not joining and reading into that, or at least looking into the ideas that come out of that book, everyone else is. Where's my guy? Everyone. It's too late. Everyone else is. Everyone! Throughout history, they still argue over that book. They argue over Jesus. They make their whole calendar around the birth and death of Jesus. I mean, everyone's still discussing it, and yet truth channels are like, don't read that. It's religious dogma. I'm not religious. I just found out that there's so many truths that were proven in that book. And so if you use that as your guide, you're going to find the closest truth that we'll be allowed to while we're alive, is what I feel, because God's only going to allow us to know the things, that he thinks we're ready for. And I have this wonderful drawing. Not only is she a great baker and soap maker, but that's her idea. You kind of get the idea what I'm saying about the sun and the moon, and how more like a Nerf football, the spirals in it,
Yeah, she made it like a 3D like, so.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish I could draw that good. She's awesome. So, but that's the idea. And if you do this, then you're off of the clock app, because I don't believe in it. I don't. So thank you for that, lovely silent wife.
Yeah, I draw like I showed it on the last show, something very similar, showing the working of the lights inside of this place.
Yeah.
So, nice, Jane.
Thank you. Jinx approves.
Yeah, Jinx approves.
What? All right, and we'll do that off air. I'll ask you right before. We'll ask you, or put it in the private chat what your birthday is. Did you want to know? So, okay. Well, I think that's covered all my tabs, and God bless you for staying up. And I hope this is making you feel better. It's making me feel great. I love this chat. I love hanging out with you and having these discussions. And
yeah, me too.
What?
Yeah, I said me too.
Excellent. And Jinx.
Yeah. So,
wonderful. Okay, well, I guess I'll close up by saying, dear Father in heaven, please watch over us and help us through these times. Fill us with knowledge, fill us with the Holy Spirit, give us the patience and the understanding so we can bring others on board to the ideas that we're learning and discussing together. And may we do it with peace and love and joy in our hearts as we wait for others to see things that you've shown us. And we thank you for the blessings that you've given us. And please continue to watch over us and our families and loved ones and protect us from evil and to heal us in the troubles that we're needing you. And thank you, God, for everything and all the blessings We thank you in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. So,
thank you.
Beautiful, wonderful. And if Jen were here, she'd say, "Let it not be said we stood by and did nothing."
Yes.
So I like that. And please sub and bell to Shepu. If you've liked this show, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to get your soap. It'll clean your ass. Okay. And with that, he said this with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
Yeah. Thank you again, Shepu. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks,
God bless.
CFM, for inviting me.
My pleasure. All right. With that, we're out of here. Good night, everyone. Let's do this again real soon. God bless you all.
Bye, everyone.
I'm the satellite.
$500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.